There were so many names and faces here before.
What happened?
Hell, we have a name that's over no one right now. This is dire.
Nobody wanted to see the extended cut.
I don't think
Justice League's gonna be so good now.
I hear this one. Phil Spencer's mustache had to be edited off, and he breaks Matt Booty's neck. He snaps it because he wouldn't. Matt Booty wouldn't stop vaporizing the studios, and Phil Spencer's like, "No, please, don't make me." And then Phil Spencer is sad that he had to snap Matt Booty's neck. Man, you guys thought you had good Podlord images before the stream. Weren't you fucking wrong? Oh, this is the Game Awards one. Okay, well, what's live look like? Okay, we got 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
This guy.
What? It's way better than the original cut.
Yes.
I think anyone with taste knows that.
Who is the woman in charge of Halo? What was her name?
I'm so happy that I don't know.
Right? It's like I've now forgotten that, luckily. But I was just thinking, I was like, no, she had to get like insanely ripped for this version.
Oh, that would be good. She's in the Wonder Woman armor and she's like deflecting bullets. Bonnie Ross, thank you.
There we go.
No shit. No shit. There was a period of time where I remembered her name correctly.
Oh yeah.
It was about a year, and then she just became Halo Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
That's what happened in my brain, and I have not been able to remember her name easily and properly for over 2 years. Every time I have to go, Bonnie Ross.
You know, I think Xbox easily had the best show this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't ruin it with this. I don't know how they could make it, like, retroactively make that show worse.
I really don't think this will land in the bottom 2, right?
No, it's almost impossible.
Because it would have to be worse than Capcom, which Capcom's hubris, their situation is really that bad because they did extended dev interviews / details that were completely surface level.
Hello, my name is Jim Butterfield.
Did you see they put out a survey so you could tell them how bad that showcase was?
Yeah, I didn't fill it out because I was just on my phone. And frankly, I tried to enjoy the small amount of time I had in between streams, not thinking about the conferences.
Fair.
On a highly related note, I see a bunch of people, it happens every day. You cover the grasshopper thing and it's like, it's 15 minutes and it starts at midnight. No.
Right.
I probably won't even be here at midnight. He's not here right now, but I like how Chris in front of the logo looks like he's trapped in Brinstar. Chris is not showing up. I know that, but having his name there and nothing makes the absence of people in the live cam funnier to me. He pranked me. He was like, I'm going to show up. And I'm like, why did you say it like that? He's like, no, I'm definitely gonna show up. I'm like, why do you sound like Philip Seymour Hoffman putting an explosive in my brain? I'm gonna co-host your stream. But no, he has real life duties. That is also why Aggro's not here.
Right.
Did you know some of the podcast network has a fucking job?
Mm-hmm. Not us, though. We definitely don't have jobs.
Yeah, this isn't a job.
Nope.
It's so easy going live every day. 4 weeks straight. Exactly at noon.
Man, it has been like an entire week now, hasn't it?
It has been an entire week now. Because we started last Wednesday and we're ending today on Tuesday.
Okay, so only 6 days straight. Right? Because we'd have to do it 7 days straight to get Wednesday.
If we had 2 Wednesdays,
yeah,
that would be 8 days because that would be a Wednesday from each week.
Look,
I'm glad we have a Wednesday break because for a bit there, my brain thought we were doing this 9 days in a row. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, we're not going live Wednesday. We're good.
Yeah, could you imagine it's like, yeah, linked all the way up to the next big thing.
Oh, and the Friday stream.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We aren't going to skip a Friday stream. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh, that would be another Street Fighter 6 Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're like, oh, I don't want to do anything.
Also, I need time to play Street Fighter 6. The game's really good. Yeah, daily streams are the true death stream.
Yeah.
As I'm drinking this and waking up and setting up the stream, I'm like, Bob, it sure is great that every time anyone has ever rated us in the history of our channel, they go, how do you guys do death streams? And I said, oh, I hate it. I wish I went live every day instead. That's definitely a thing I said.
Yeah.
How G is that fuel? Okay, thank you for bringing that up because I only get 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
I like G Fuel. G Fuel gives me a certain clarity. I like how, compared to, say, something like this or a soda, it is a lot more hydrating because it is just powder cut with water.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Hello, my name is Jim Butterfield.
However, since my favorite flavor is the Mega Man one, and it is just a shitload of blue food coloring, I will have to cut back immensely on G Fuel, I'm finding out. Oh. Oh, no. My intestines do not love blue as much as my taste buds do.
Oh, no.
So, we're back here.
Great.
He's pissing blue. If I was pissing blue, I should see a doctor. That means my kidneys aren't working.
Yeah.
No, it's not blue shit. Everyone knows if you consume too much blue food coloring, it's green shit.
It's just how it goes,
Yeah,
man.
that's how it goes. I'm trying to remember what was it. I think it was that first Game Fuel Mountain Dew did, where it was the blue one.
Uh-huh.
And both me and Lily are like, hey, is that affecting you in a weird and unexpected way? Dan, I love your look today. Thank you. It's, Scrunt, which is the level I'm coming in at on day 7.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping for Scrunt to be at the showcase.
They're gonna announce Scrunt for Diablo 4.
Diablo 4? What do you mean?
This is so depressing watching them plug these Activision things. Because I'm not sure. Bye. I'm not sure if you saw the PlayStation Store versus Xbox Store right now, the comparison people did like a week or two ago. But like the Xbox one's just covered in Diablo 4 stuff.
Right, of course.
Because they were certain they were going to own Activision by now, so all those deals were signed a while ago.
Yeah.
I think I already forgot because I don't memorize this shit. It would be so fun to get back into the console wars, to just go out there and be mentally diseased. That would be a neat trick. Yeah, I think it was Final Fantasy maybe was the PlayStation one.
Probably because they have that demo and everything, so I think they filled it like a lot of stuff on there.
Well, you are Sony ponies, right? Yeah, I definitely don't have multiple tweets on Twitter in the last day where I call out both fucking console manufacturers as not fucking competing anymore. And somebody was like, well, this one has back compat and this one has VR. I'm like, that one stopped doing back compat 20 months ago, and VR basically doesn't exist for most people.
That's the real question between Solomon and Johnny.
I'd like to think I'm always an angel.
This is what the extended game showcase is going to be, talking to Keanu Reeves and be like, hi, Keanu. You know what's fucked up? We had that whole conversation about, this bitrate was not ready for this.
No.
We can't get this in, like, Wumbo, can we?
Do you have the HD, but you have...
Those don't exist for
YouTube?
live streams.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Don't.
No, they're totally going to show us what Fable actually looks like this time.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
They better not. Because I know what they're going to have to show, and it's only going to make me angrier. I saw someone on Twitter who was like, oh, they think Fable needs to be parodies of Fables.
Uh-huh.
So there's the giant at the top of the beanstalk. That's what their brains process that title to mean. I was like, yeah, that's I fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else on Twitter is like, you know what needs a clean reboot? Halo. And I'm like, yeah, based on how Fable went, I bet that'll go fucking swell. It'll be the Halo 1 time period in the timeline, but somehow Cortana's already insane.
Oh my god.
They'll be like, we can only do one thing.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think that rebooting Halo can save it at this point. Nothing can. It's rough.
Well, yeah, because it's the company that made fucking Fable.
Yeah.
It's doomed. You can't... I don't believe you can reboot any franchise inside of Microsoft and be safe now, because I've seen what has happened to Fable and Perfect Dark.
I was gonna say, well, what about Perfect Dark? I'm sure that's going fine. They just haven't shown it in 3 years. God, did you see that thing today where Matt Booty came out? It was like, people need to understand that there's like at least half a decade of dev time on titles now. They just don't get it. It's like, dude,
You're the one who announced it when you greenlit the development.
right? We know that
Welcome to the Xbox
Perfect Dark
Games
was in
Showcase
development for years
Extended.
before you announced
My
it.
name is
That's
Tina
true.
Heaney, and I'm
Oh,
here to
hey,
dive
you.
a little bit more into the games you saw at our recent Xbox Games Showcase.
Wait.
Showcase
Chat.
featured 27 ambitious
I wish
games,
Chris was here.
all
He
coming
has
to
a list of
Xbox.
journalists.
Games like Clockwork
He has a
Revolution,
little blue
Silent
book of
Hill,
journalists.
Fable from Playground
Chat.
Games.
Did
And from our
Tina used to
partners,
work at
Star
fucking
Wars
Kotaku?
Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with
I feel
Lucasfilm
like
Games, and
Tina
Kimetsu
did.
Dami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom. Today, we'll take a closer look at some other games from our showcase lineup
If they-
and introduce you to some more games.
If they
too.
gave
We've got the game
Xbox
director of Avowed from Obsidian
actual new
Entertainment
trailer for
breaking
Path
down
of the
game's
Goddess that
trailer,
shows
and the
anything,
game
and the
director of
Capcom
Hi-Fi
show
Rush
did
from
nothing,
Tango
I would be
Gameworks is
very
here to tell us
upset.
about their
That is a
newest
real
update.
possibility.
You'll also
Okay,
hear from
thank you
Sarah
for
Bond,
confirming.
head of the gaming ecosystem
Yeah, she
organization
worked
for
at
Xbox. She'll tell us
Kotaku
more
possibly
about a
during the
program to
worst
bring
era,
games from underrepresented
which is, you
developers
know,
with
late
unique
7th
visions
gen.
to Xbox and Game Pass.
But,
And we may
you know,
just have
maybe
a
I'm
few
wrong.
other
Maybe I'm
fun
just
guests in store
remembering.
for you too.
Okay,
So
She worked there
because
and
I thought I recognized her
First, check
face, and I
out
wouldn't
the
have seen her if she
rainy
was just
streets of Sinister
Kotaku.
Markets
Right,
of
Kotaku didn't
Cyberpunk
put people in front of the
2077,
cameras all that
Phantom
often.
Liberty.
She was IGN too?
Hello
Okay.
everyone. I'm really excited to welcome you to this exclusive Xbox store over Black Market, one of the locations in Dogtown that you are going to be able to
Every
explore in Cyberpunk
year,
2077.
Cyberpunk
Phantom
rewards
Liberty.
me for having not played it.
Yeah, right?
As you can see,
It's like,
So-
don't touch it, just don't.
I'm looking at the numbers, and it's just going to be an incredible game when I finally get around to it in 2034.
Yeah, that checks out. It'll be what they promised finally.
That you cannot find anywhere
The funny
in this
part is, like, you've
Dogtown is a
seen
part of Night City, but has its own very
how it
distinct
looks on
look
my 4090 with the
It's
highest
outside of the
setting,
jurisdiction of NCPD,
and it's still, like,
attracting
not
all kinds of
enough to
eccentrics
run
and
well
dangerous
on a
characters.
4090. Yep.
Radical mods, Jim. Never seen anything like that on a non-maelstromer.
So clearly.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out. Or this shit here.
Wow,
We have
not
put
having a
a
jaw
lot
is
of
really
work into making
freaky.
The world feel more alive. Small scenes, secrets to find, Easter eggs, make this place feel more vibrant. And
Why
more
do we
believable.
still hear game audio?
But
It kept the
what's
game audio
mistaken,
quiet, background
Dogtown
yelling going
is
while he
Kurt
was talking.
Hansen.
Okay,
Kurt
yeah.
is a leader of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
Yeah, this says it's performance mode. Is this 60? It doesn't look it.
Right.
It definitely looks the resolution of a performance mode.
As long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see. The black market also is a place where you can find new illegal weapons and goods. They are some of the most powerful items in the world, but are often much more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit. And
Man, it's
give
weird to see them do like
abilities
the slow
to
demo
deliver
walkthrough like
more
this.
Of a game that came out 3 years ago?
like
Yeah.
Or 2.5?
or
Yeah.
the ability
Yeah,
to
that's
see
pretty
the aliens
bizarre.
through the walls, or change your appearance to lose the heat. The Barghest is the authorities of Dogtown, and they are more dangerous than NCPD.
You ever think about how weird it is that, like,
Crimes in Dogtown,
they
are
didn't have
eyes
the
for
next gen
Dogtown.
version ready for
We
launch?
have completely
They
overhauled
only had the
whole
version that should have
voice
existed
actions
for
are more believable,
consoles. Yep.
dynamic,
That's
and
still
diverse.
weird. Even
The team
still.
has been working passionately.
It's
to
been long
deliver
enough.
you
Didn't it launch
deeper
before the
and
next gen
meaningful
consoles?
experience,
No,
and
it
I
launched at
really
the same
cannot
time. It
wait
launched
for
a
you
month
to
later,
find out
Bob.
more
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Man.
September.
Yeah.
See you in Dogtown.
I will delete Chris's name tag now. Even though I thought it was very funny to just underscore how few people are here relative to yesterday. So yeah, given that that's our opener, they are
We're not
very
done
likely
talking
to show
about
that
CD
Capcom
Projekt
thing if there
Red's
is a
next
thing to
dive into
show.
the story
They
between
mentioned
and
it in the
Johnny
opening
just
thing.
yet.
Right,
It's
so
just-
they could show more.
We're here
Right.
with the voice and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. Well, Phantom Liberty introduces us to an
I saw
entirely
someone
new
post
location
that
in Night City. It's
Keanu
called
Reeves
Dogtown.
leaves the frame
It's
like a
this
Muppet at the end of the
devastated
last
place controlled by
showcase.
Yeah.
Like, it's true.
I
It's
think
funny.
you
He
know more
knows
about
that's
it than I
funny.
do, so how would you describe it to players?
Night City has its own kind of levels to it, and I think Dogtown is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it, and this undercurrent of kind of violence, like, and struggle. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
Oh, I like that tagline.
Yeah, and it's just, hopefully it'll be fun for people to play there.
It's hard to believe that there's an underbelly to the underbelly.
Yes.
He
that is
mugged
Night
to a
City.
camera, and these assholes did not use that camera.
No. They're not good at this, okay?
that-
We're all moths
He's
to the
Keanu Reeves. You
flame
let him mug to the camera correctly.
Flame in Dogtown.
Well, if anyone can take it on, it's V, so that certainly
Yeah.
gives me the confidence.
Yeah, V's a survivor,
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
you know?
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown, too, so we got a little bit of that
Oh, cool.
ambiance, and we can
Those
see
chairs look
what the
uncomfortable. Well,
environment
they're
is like.
designed to
Like in
look
Vita,
like,
it's not good.
It's
Hollywood set
It's
chairs.
not the friendliest
Right.
place to be.
They
You
should
gotta-
say
you gotta be
director
prepared
or
for it,
the
truly.
actor's name on the back.
But in our tour, we also
And he's
hear
Keanu Reeves. I'm not sure if you
Colonel Kurt Hansen. Who's this
knew.
Because he seems pretty dangerous, too.
Yeah, that guy. No, I'm sorry, I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's good.
My
You know,
inner-
we know the tone now.
Yeah, well, he's ex-military, military too, ruthless, power hungry, manipulative, and Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I know
You,
about
like,
this
could
guy,
insert that
but
yeah
people like
anywhere.
Johnny, and I think it's interesting because we know him to be opinionated. He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077.
So we can
in the
become?
main campaign.
Yeah.
As we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too. He can actually be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun. He is outspoken. He's a little grumpy, and he has a right to be. He's been used, he's been abused, he's been abandoned. And I think that through that kind of hardness of his outside, there is a vulnerability to him. And I think what's great about it is I get to play that character in so many different ways, and so the range of it is cool.
And especially for the player, you get to see these moments in flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly, of his surrounding.
Well, let's not get carried away. We could start talking about nature and nurture. I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny. But, yeah, I like his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for. He's really just looking for a fair shot. And I love that he's kind of going through music, that there's an artist side to him. And, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny where a tiny
We really
little
have to
thing,
fill time with this much Keanu Reeves, eh?
I'm like, I'm okay with having this much Keanu. I feel like this interview could be better edited.
Uh-huh.
Rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into
Like, why do you
Phantom
not have a
Liberty
close-up
is his
on her to
dynamic with
cover the
Solomon
fact that
Reed.
he's doing
So
very
what can you tell me
disparate
about
actions at the
Johnny's
beginning of
relationship
every
with Idris Elba's
question?
character?
I think
Oh, thank you, Rado.
Solomon has some things in common with Johnny in the sense of the military, the sense of being used, abused.
It's just suddenly Idris Elba there instead of Keanu Reeves when he comes back from this.
Liberty. You know, Solomon's kind of trying to reclaim his life.
Breakdown. No, no more of these trailer breakdowns.
You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077.
How dare they?
They tricked us.
They shouldn't.
We've been betrayed.
Trailer breakdowns should be illegal.
And left in the Xbox Games Showcase Extended.
Solomon.
This thing's an hour and a half, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my god.
It is confirmed for an hour and a fucking half.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind
Yeah,
of
if that's what you're showing me, keep interviewing Keanu Reeves. I don't.
Yeah, like please. He's clearly not being edited well for this interview.
What do you think about Phantom Liberty?
If I have to watch one more thing this E3, where it's like not two cameras, three, you have two people on screen.
The mystery,
I'm gonna lose my mind.
The double crossing, what is true, what's fiction, what can you count on? You can't count on anything.
That's not true, Beto. It's already kind of more impactful than the Capcom showcase. They showed us the thing we hadn't seen, and they're talking to Keanu Reeves.
Right?
The Capcom showcase had something like that. Like, it was cool when they talked to the voice actor for Luke.
Right in the pre-show. We need.
Thank you.
Craig Mod was the only thing, and that was a minute in an hour and 6.
Right, and confirming that you're in development hell is not a great segment.
It's not.
It's not.
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that. But, Tina, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, is that how Johnny would do it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Nice to see you.
Such a pleasure to have you. I thought you were going to kick down the camera or something, so.
No, you see, he's respectful, you know. You're a good egg.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah.
And I'll see you out there again soon.
I bet he was really glad he only had to do one of those for what? Yeah, that's why I would. Oh my god.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. Talk about burying the lead. They just chumped. Oh my god. This is not fair that we suffer this alone, Bob.
Yeah, no. This is it mixed with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
Was the knife not voiced by that one guy?
No, it was.
Okay.
Well, actually,
I was like, I bet it's not.
It may have been him with a fake Scottish accent or whatever it was.
Doesn't exist.
Australian, I think, is what he was going for.
Theater. And if you get a glimpse behind the scene,
Michael Cusack. Oh, okay, I have no idea.
All right. So yeah, of course you choose the one weapon that wasn't him.
And once perceived, it will swallow you whole.
An ancient evil.
I'm in a race against this darkness. A race to locate an ancient ruin, a tower.
So it's like Indiana Jones XCOM?
The best of the best.
Seems to be.
But there.
This is neat.
Yeah.
So I'll use you. Scout.
You called it Indiana Jones XCOM. My brain was just like, couldn't it be two different games from Xbox then? That aren't coming out anytime soon. Hey, you know a really good way to ship your games? Cut the scope insanely.
Yeah, it's true.
Team that made BattleTech. Okay. The RNG is gonna fuck your face. Yeah, that's every XCOM though.
I find it interesting. This is the only other strategy game I've seen than Disgaea where you can pick up a dude and throw him, and that's part of the mechanics.
Yeah, no, it's really neat to see them just be like, toss a fucker into fire. Okay, that's cool. That's October.
When it comes to RPG studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best.
From Fallout New Vegas and the
I didn't realize this fucking showcase extended was going to be the Tina Amini hour, where she was going to interview every studio head,
Right.
and Keanu Reeves.
Carrie Patel. Carrie, I am so excited to have you here.
Look, I don't want to say she's a bad interviewer, because the editing's the number one problem back there.
Right, and we've seen truly bad interviewers earlier this week.
I'm assuming that you don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right. You don't need to have played Pillars.
I forgot this was part of the Pillars series.
Yeah, I did too until that question. I'm like, why would you fucking ask that? Oh, right.
But if you are a
The
returning
Pillars
fan,
series,
there
of course,
are
is
some
Soul Reaver,
recognizable
right?
tidbits.
For people who have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general
Yes.
connections
Okay.
to the universe? And no major spoilers,
Now,
of course.
just a quick question. Why is he making chocolate pudding at 4 in the morning? It is past the cock's crow.
Also recognize some of the parts of the world and some of the factions. The Adirian Empire plays pretty heavily into the world of Avowed, so all of that will be familiar to
I
returning
hate
players.
that. I'm upset that that joke worked.
Now in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting.
Have you guys seen the 4K like screen grabs from this trailer? This game looks gorgeous. I was like, oh shit, that looks great. And then hours later, I found out there were people on Twitter upset that it didn't look better. Like, did you only watch the stream?
Yeah, I know in the stream it did not look great. Like, looking at this looks
it's
pretty
getting
bad.
decimated. There's too much detail.
Unique biomes and creatures.
I love that it looks like an insanely high res, like.
That's set for adventure. There's a lot that's undiscovered.
How do I put this? This is really hard.
We're introducing players to in Avowed.
It's an idealized version of what Bethesda scaling up visually should look like. Instead, the next Skyrim will look more like Starfield, I bet.
Right.
Visually.
I think a lot of people probably also don't like the more fantastical look to it.
Oh God.
Yeah, they probably want the realism.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, you're probably right, because this doesn't look exactly like Skyrim.
Right.
It looks more like Magic the Gathering or Morrowind.
Like a colorful version of Morrowind.
God, that's fucking insane.
So I'm curious what that means.
You mean a colored version of Morrowind, because there are virtually no colors
right
in Morrowind.
Realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities.
Yeah, no, I thought this looked sick. It was like my most positive point of the conference, because
that gives you a connection to the living lands and
I want people other than Bethesda to be making a game like this.
An envoy of the Adirian Empire, and so they
it's sad that everyone who makes games like this is owned by Microsoft now, though.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's very targeted.
But here's the thing. Do you think if that didn't happen, they would have made this game?
Except that it is a unique soul play.
I think there's a good chance that they would have been able to find funding from someone.
Being sent here is to investigate and try to stop it.
We also saw a lot of combat in the trailer, and we see dual-wielding pistols, we see spells, we see swords, we see just a ton of abilities. A lot that actually is really reminiscent of the Pillars universe too, but those were isometric top-down view games, and Avowed is a first-person game. So how did the team approach that same kind of...
We're just like, why did the studio person agree?
So we wanted to take that same depth.
They said Hi-Fi Rush is coming up next. Or maybe just coming up.
I'm not surprised.
Right. Yeah.
More traditional
that update leaked.
And really invest in whatever play style is most appealing to you personally. We wanted to take that.
Yeah, this looks sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you don't think this looks good, but you want a Skyrim, you should go to hell. Like, that should be enough of a sin to just condemn your soul for the rest of time.
One of my favorites, because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional sword and board, a whole host of magical abilities, a lot of things that'll be both a little bit familiar, but hopefully new to players as well.
And I've got
Inbound from Space is just read the letter I. That's the last thing they wrote before they slipped straight to hell. It was really tragic.
Like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore at their own pace. You can invest
so it's not
in
really
every nook and cranny in the world.
No, it's a Morrowind-like, because it's interconnected zones. So you hit the edge of the zone, and then it has to literally reboot your Xbox.
how much time they want to spend in the living lands, but I'm hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
Well, count me in as one of those players because I definitely want to read
By the way,
and hear every line of dialogue.
I think you were the one who brought it up. They absolutely should just make a remaster of Morrowind or Oblivion between Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 because that's going to take forever.
It is.
Because I'm sure they haven't even started.
No, of course not.
Xbox, PC,
Yeah.
and Game Pass.
Every QA person at Microsoft, which is what Matt Booty said, that includes Windows, just to be clear.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't think this has been shown.
I like the Anubis-looking helmet.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Wait, this is the first...
퍼스트 디센던트는 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용한 차세대 3인칭
It's a Schluter.
Yeah, I played this.
Oh, cool.
It's on my old video card.
Oh, this is that game.
Yeah.
It's unrecognizable in a good graphics mode.
Yeah, it is.
Because you played it at like 720p FSR.
Turning off literally every effect.
What was I saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Something
No,
about
it's fine.
Oblivion, maybe? I don't know.
It's gone.
But yeah, this is the game where you go to the tower and you fight as the last protectors of Earth.
Man, that at the bottom, them having to tell you that it's LB plus A, LB plus B, LB plus Y, LB plus X, and then if you look to the lower left, LB plus RB. I'm like, there has to be a better way to communicate this. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to say other than the absurdity of Matt Booty's statement and how it's not what he meant to say.
You act like QA testers exist for Windows. They just launch that. They don't care. We're the QA testers.
We're the QA testers. That's true.
That was a pretty cool animation.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and that's actually something she does.
The curiosity I have is, will this feel all right to play on a controller?
I think I even used controller and it felt pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, like it seemed decent. And that was, running terribly on my ancient...
Yeah, because you also, that was on your whole old PC. That wasn't even the new PC with the old video card.
Right, so bad processor, bad video card.
DDR3 RAM, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Man, this game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like how...
What I can make out at this bit, right?
Right. But yeah, they all seem to have different movement abilities, which you don't really expect in a game like this so much.
게임 사운드 또한 글로벌 유명 게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여
Can you give me his pedigree, because that is not a name that stands out.
No,
it's not Bear McCreary. So he hasn't made half of the AAA games from Sony.
8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서 크로스플레이.
Yeah, it's bad when you say an English name and I just assume the music won't be good.
Right.
일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수
It was Stephen Barton.
많은 참여를
That was his name.
Be the first descendant.
I will. Thank you.
Oh, the crossplay beta.
I'm glad it's a crossplay beta.
This looks nice.
Banner Saga, we were really talking about
Banner Saga.
What is it we want to do next?
I'm going to turn off the fan because I don't really care about Banner Saga.
Okay.
I feel like I had my opportunity to get into it 2 games ago.
Well, this is a new game from them.
Oh.
Yeah, this is that thing they showed, the towers thing.
Really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore.
I don't know.
Towerborn is that game.
Hey, chat, did that show up on stream? I'm sure it did.
Towerborn is a fast.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even know which computer to reboot to fix that.
Right.
But if I were to guess, it's my PC because it doesn't show up on the MacBook screen at all. And since it's mirrored, that means the problem is either the dongle, the HDCP stripping capture card from China, or the normal capture card, or just Windows. So there are 4 culprits. It was pretty cool that it worked perfectly fine for the rest of E3, though.
Right?
Is the player's
I'm still going to blame Windows.
humanity's safety.
It's been giving me some weird fucking problems this week.
Yeah, of course.
Their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and
The normal
2D.
capture cards from
We definitely
Media.
wanted
It's that
to
exact.
have that kind of beautiful
It's the
background
predecessor to the one they
and
just
animated
launched that
movies.
lets you do like 4K 120
is all
HDR.
about humanity's last
You know the one I'm gonna get.
chance at survival.
Because OBS can now like tone map down to SDR, so we could just do, if we do newer games, we can do them at full quality here and then downsample for the stream just fine.
The most important thing about the gameplay is it's just fun. And
It's
kinda
really
just
surprising in
amplified its
Banner
fun
Saga,
the
but
moment we
everything,
added
basically everything
another
is
player.
3D.
All of the players can build their character in a way that's
Like visually?
Yeah.
This turns into this
Okay.
back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective, that's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
I'm hoping in 5 years from now, it's in a place that I never even would have thought of.
It's a seasonal game, which is different for us.
What?
Players can expect a
That-
new storyline
Ye-
with new
What?
quests, new biomes.
They had
They'll be
me.
rolling out
Yeah.
new
They genuinely
monsters and
had me
bosses.
until that line.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, this is a trash game then. Okay, gotcha.
Guys, you need to understand the level of exhausted I am by this shit. I'm thinking about not watching the second Spider-Verse when it comes out on home release because there's a third one it leads into. Like at some point, my body is starting to wholesale reject things that are like, and you'll be interested in the next part,
They've enabled us to make
or
the
else
game
have a bad experience. Yeah, that's a ghost ramen bowl.
Right? That's pretty cool.
going at here. Towerborn is, I really believe, something unique.
Maybe the core experience of the game will be fine. We built this game to absorb your time. Game sponge.
There's that roar again.
That guy has real hunt down the Freeman face.
Yes.
No, please don't. Stop. I didn't mean to betray you.
I know that this is not what I'm going to say, but it'd be really funny if this was just this is the case 3.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's Fallout 76. Although I don't expect the ASK3 to look any better. No, you did the trailer. It's fine. We don't need to go in.
Art director for Fallout 76.
That was, yeah, that is just the stream.
Okay.
That's not us.
Coming June 20th.
Weird.
Free to play for anyone who owns Fallout 76.
I like how they made us scared that this is the segment, right? And then they scared us again with an audio problem. That way it concerned us more than the fact they're going to subject us to the Fallout 76 segment for a moment.
New cryptids like the Blue Devil and Ogwa to threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge
Yeah, we can talk about literally anything right now.
Yeah.
Literally anything. Because
literally no one on Earth cares.
new public events. Both of which give you a chance to
I don't
earn
understand.
caravan and cryptid-themed rewards.
I mean, someone cares, but here's the beautiful thing, okay? They could show anything and that person would still care.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter what's in this trailer.
I feel like they could release just like there's a pile of dog crap. You can use that in the game now.
There's giant rubber dog poo.
Shoot for the Stars, which celebrates the stars of the silver screen and gives you a chance to earn cinema-themed rewards.
How long do you think we have until another Fallout? It feels like at least a decade, right?
I know, right? Which is fine. I feel like Fallout's really salted Earth with 76. I don't know. I know I've never been big into Fallout in general, but I feel like this has left such a dirty taste in the mouth.
It's funny that you think 76 did that, because it feels like 4 did that for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, 4 definitely started the trend, and then 76 felt like that nail in the coffin sort of scenario.
I guess, you know, if they come back a decade or more from now, then, and it says Fallout 5, then people can probably reset the counter in their head. Arcade challenge update.
Oh, so will the beat keep going higher?
Yeah, because it's got it at the bottom. That's interesting.
Huh.
God, pistol whip with that would just kill people. It is really fucked up that I haven't taken the time to play this game because I'm pretty fucking sure, like 99.9999% sure it wouldn't show up on my game of the year.
Right.
So it's not like a high importance thing. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with Tears of the Kingdom, Street Fighter 6, and fucking Pistol Whip right now.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Old school modes?
That's really good. That's really good.
We've just seen a new trailer for updates coming to Hi-Fi Rush called Arcade Challenge Update. No joke, there's literally exclamation points in there. That's not just me. So here to explain that and more about the
He's like the first thing he does on screen and go, yeah. That's
really glad to be here.
Hilarious.
Exclamation points?
They have to be in there.
Yeah. It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and
I was
Ghostwire
going to say, making a new IP
this type of game is something
twice out of 3 games, and then making this, making it 3 out of 4 games.
After I had finished working on The Evil Within 2, it just felt like the right time to try something new.
Not a good lead-in statement.
Our studio's always
Look,
been about just making
she's
fun
trying.
games. It doesn't have to be about a certain genre. We're not about making one specific thing.
Unfortunately, there's plenty more
Which is
of that
good because they
content to
won't
come,
let us
'cause we
make
just
other
saw
of these.
An absolutely jam-packed trailer. So I'd love for your help in breaking down all the details, all the stuff going into this update.
Sure, there's a lot, so bear with me. Everything in this mode is unlockable once you finish the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds.
It's a shame there's a top cap to the speed, and we don't at any point hit the B movie meme.
Spin on the rhythm tower mode that we had in the original game.
Oh my god.
In this mode are 5 new original songs to play to, as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system.
You're not just going to turn every song in the game to a Nightcore remix.
I love that there's so much to unpack there, but let's rewind.
That
Let's
would
talk
have been
about
impressive
just
if they were able
BPM
to do
Rush
that.
For now.
Sure.
It was described in the trailer as effectively Hi-Fi Rush's equivalent of a turbo mode. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, early on, the team was like, how fast can we go? And in the game, we kind of settled at, about a max 160 BPM. But this mode really takes it up to 200 BPM. But we sort of ease you in there. It's a gradual upgrade until it eventually gets so fast, you just got to sort of think on your feet and naturally react
There
to
are
the
things
rhythm
on
and the
screen.
combat of the game.
I personally
The
love that
bitrate
there's a lot of
wasn't showing me them,
accessibility
though.
settings in the game too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort
I'm-
level. But this is a
I'm curious how that'll go because I do feel like it never got like to the point where
So I'm curious if you have
where
any
the BPMs
pointers
felt
on
really
as far as how to
fast.
tackle that challenge.
So maybe this will
action
make
game,
the
I
game
think a
feel
lot of people
faster in
want that
general.
sort of
The funny thing is I
next-level
could just look up the
challenge, another way to
licensed
use
soundtrack
their
and then
abilities
see
in
the
each of
exact,
environment.
because
This
of
mode
course
does that
people
by
have
putting it
logged
at
that
speed.
for,
We also have
popular
multiple
songs.
difficulties. We have an
So I
easy
am
mode for
curious
people who want to experience
what the
that's
previous
like,
fastest
but
was.
Maybe are not in tune with that sort of high difficulty that's accompanied with this stuff. But then we have a casual normal mode as well. And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and
He
you
starts
earn them
off
back by fighting
betrayed.
waves of randomized enemy sets.
And left in the rhythm tower.
With
Yes.
enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks.
So
or
you
less
made a
risks,
roguelike
depending
mode?
on which
Yeah,
upgrades you
that's what it
pick. And
seems
again,
like.
those upgrades are randomized each
I
level.
don't-
You know, there are a
really
lot of
competitive
people who will
understanding
pop
the
off if you
systems
just
and
frame
not
it like
master
that.
them, but have a
Right.
good grasp if you want to go in and
Man,
roguelike
Well,
modes
as I
are
mentioned
cool,
earlier,
right?
it was a really packed trailer.
I
There was a
don't-
lot of information in there.
For
It's a
stats, I'm like,
chunky
that's neat.
update. So
But the
what
thought
else
that
have you got for
it's
us?
an
'Cause I
action
feel
game
like
is like,
there's
I
more on the
removed all
table
your
there.
your
So
attack
by
abilities.
playing
Like,
the two
that
modes, you
sucks.
unlock these
Yeah, but at
rewards
least
through
it's the
challenges
second
that are
version of
connected to
this
these two modes.
Yeah.
post-game
And in these
thing.
rewards are
Like, I
things
think
like
it's an interesting
accessories for
concept.
Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well. Things like
That
new
photo's
filters.
really good.
We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then, in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the
I
characters
sure
would look
teased
like
a game
if
that
maybe
the
this game
creators
took
of the
place in a
studio
different
made,
time
and he's
period.
gone
Ooh,
now.
a little tease. I like
Yes,
that.
and there's some really fun looking stuff in there. So
Wait.
Well, thank you again
They had
so
the guy
much for
from The
coming
Evil
out all
Within.
the way
Oh,
from
yeah,
Japan
they
to
did,
showcase
yes.
Extended, John.
Yeah.
I'm super glad to be here.
And then he
That's
left.
all we have to share about the new
Just
update
like,
for Tokyo Gameworks is
It's okay.
coming
This
soon.
dude, I think, directed
Now
Evil
it's time
Within
for us to
too.
return to the
So he
second
didn't
era of
leave.
Tamriel and the
You're
Elder
not
Scrolls
wrong.
Online.
My
ZeniMax
statement
Online
still
Studios debuted
stands.
the
It's
trailer for
true.
the upcoming expansion at Showcase,
A lot of
and
fucking
today
dust
they're
on
here to
this.
break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
What if you didn't?
My God.
I'm tired of
Freak,
these
don't
Bethesda online games. Man, they really did invade the Xbox
Yeah,
brand.
so much
they
for watching
did,
the
and it
Xbox
sucks
Showcase.
so bad.
I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb.
These just look like an AI took me and Eric and went, "You're older now."
And 20% larger.
One of you shaves, the other doesn't. I genuinely don't know which one of us is who.
Explore in any order you want to.
You really can hop in at any moment.
Why did we make the Elder Scrolls Online?
And any
Why would we do that? We were given the gift of time travel, and that's what we chose to do?
The biggest open world
Why?
RPG on Xbox. And if you're at all a fan of Elder Scrolls, you can go places that you maybe have never gone before in an Elder Scrolls game,
And do
right?
things that you've never been able to do. There's so many different activities to participate in.
Did they ever have Daggerfall?
Fuck, we're not vaccinated. It's 2023, and I just said those were us. I don't like this. We have COVID too.
Yeah, and they're different times. You know,
Yeah,
we're
different
almost
time,
1,000
yeah.
years in the past.
Come in by yourself, come in with friends.
I guess
but don't
I
worry
guess
that
we
you're
just
ever not
betrayed
gonna have
past
something
us.
to
We
do
didn't help us
because our
escape
adventures
Niceville.
No.
We instead made Elder Scrolls Online.
We had an awesome trailer during the showcase.
No,
But-
you didn't.
Necrom.
Bob's like debunked.
Hermaeus Mora
I'm trying to
is
think.
this Daedric god of knowledge. He's not good, he's not evil.
I'm trying to think which one I
he is
care
just
less about,
focused
Fallout
on
76 or
cataloging
Elder Scrolls
and
Online.
collecting
I've been
everything
dealing with
he
Elder Scrolls
possibly can.
Online longer.
Right.
And what you kind of see in the trailer is Mora kind of always on guard, always looking over and watching what's kind of going on. And
I
you
have
get to
more
see
respect for Elder
some
Scrolls
nostalgia in
Online,
there as well
but I would
from
still never
Dragonborn
play
Racing
either.
Skyrim with the yellow-green skies.
Yeah.
Vast inky sea, the stacks of books.
I'll still never forget the first time you showed us the
Like, Elder
initial
Scrolls Online
concepts
is not what
for
people want from a
everything
new
we had
Elder
to show us.
Scrolls, but it
I remember
seems
looking
like a
back going,
competent MMO.
How are we gonna
Yeah,
do
and I
it?
feel
How
like
is
the
this gonna
people who
run?
played it really liked it.
We always try
Right.
to honor the past, right? Because when
Every
we go
time I
back to
hear
areas
Chris
that people
describe
who
how Fallout
play Elder Scrolls
76
games
works
have
on the
played,
brain, it sounds like
they know these
Stockholm.
lands. We want them to feel
Yeah,
like
no,
they're coming home,
everything I've ever
right?
heard for Fallout
But
76 has
we
been
have the
people
chance
coping
to
insanely
add a little
hard.
into the mix.
The art team was able to really play with kind of cool, unique monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go for new monsters in the zone. We were looking at making a creature that would kind of freeze you in terror as soon as you saw it. And, a creature
And
that
then make
has
you give
a
him those
connection
beans.
to the overall story of the zone.
It's
We've
crazy.
also
I've
got
never run into that
Peninsula,
before.
kind of the Morrowind vibe.
It's always fun to go back to this part of Tamriel because it's one of the most imaginative and sort of like visually expressive things that has ever been created for an Elder Scrolls world. And then, of course, Necrom City itself.
This ancient city that, is rumored to have been built, even before the Tribunal was even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And you guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hermaeus Mora. We really challenged ourselves and the team to make something that didn't feel like anything else that we have built.
Everything we've been talking about sounds amazing, but when do we actually get to play it?
Necrom launches on Xbox June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this amazing content that we've created.
Thanks, everyone, for watching us during the showcase.
The phrasing is weird. Launches on Xbox. Huh. Because this is a game that's on PS4 and PC as well.
Right.
Presumably it launches on everything at once.
Right. It's just they can't talk about anything else.
They could have just said launches.
I know.
And that would have covered their ass. Because, Oh.
Is this Phasmophobia?
Is that what we're... No, it is not actually Phasmophobia. It is Phasmophobia adjacent. Wait, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe it is Phasmophobia. They hit the next-gen graphics button for that one area. The rest of the No matter what system I've played Phasmophobia on, it never looked quite this sharp.
Right.
Even on my 4090, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe this is actually
maybe they're
a
just
sequel.
kind of aiming the camera at smart places.
That too.
Because yeah, that's most of what the game looks.
Yes, in that outdoor section with the tree.
Okay, cool. It's cross-platform. That's great. We have a local streamer who streams virtually nothing but Phasmophobia, and I can't imagine doing that. Because, we play a new game every fucking week.
Yeah, of course.
IBS World News.
What if you didn't?
番組をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。エグゾプライマルディレクターの平岡です。まずはじめに、3月に
They
開
put
催しました
trophies in the
第
Xbox
1回
trailer
オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイター
You
の
know,
皆様
Bob, we don't have an online co-host.
No.
I can't just go back to try to find the trophies, but I'm going to do this and see if I
今
can
後
see
の開
it.
発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、カプコンショーケースは
I wouldn't dare tear you away from the Exoprimal segment, though. I know how much you love Exoprimal, and that they're going to give us some new info here.
I love that he's asking if we watched the Capcom showcase, as if that's something anyone should have done.
ここからは番組をご覧の皆様に新情報を紹介します。
It's really fucking weird to be like, we're going to introduce you to some new info here. We didn't do enough of that overall there.
No.
To be fair, Exoprimal had possibly, outside of Pragmata, the most new information.
Yeah. Man, they should not have done their own show. God.
遊ぶたびには変化せず、全世界のプレイヤーが同じ内容のミッションに挑みます。今回は恐竜が出現する位置にあらかじめトリプルスレッドを設置しています。
Oh man, that suit's head is on fire.
Yeah.
スカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆。一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん、討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。
But killing the Triceratops before it kills you while you try to kill the T-Rex probably makes sense.
ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。
What an insane video game. Like, just the mech part of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, you got, like, it's like if in Overwatch you just shed this skin and became Mercy.
Yeah, it is very strange. It's like each of these mechs has their own personality, and you're just a dude in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gets even weirder where it's like, yeah, you get in the Ryu mech.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bizarre. Good thing they showed that, but we have no idea when that's happening.
Yeah. Actually, they might have given him some sort of time period, maybe.
I don't think they did. Because
Yeah.
when they did the Capcom showcase, they didn't even reference it.
Yeah, that's true.
モジュールの強化、組み合わせはもちろん、
Maybe they're just waiting for the game to launch before they tell
よ
us.
く考えて挑んでみてください。
In fact, it's not even in the entire first season pass.
サ
Wow.
ベージガントレットをクリアすると、このようにクリアタイ
Like
ム
they
が
said
表示
fall
さ
in the Street Fighter 6 thing?
その後、
Okay,
自分のクリアタイム
maybe.
がどの程度だったか、ランクによる評価がされます。
Yeah, so that'll be in time for what, the 14th season pass?
バリアントスーツはデフォルトの
They're all like a week long.
装
Jesus.
備しており、戦い方が変化したスーツです。デフォルトのデッドアイはアサルトライフルを装備していますが、デッドアイアルファ、バーストファイヤーはショットガンとバースト射撃を切り替えられる。
Oh, there's multiple versions of each suit? That's kind of
敵との距離に
neat.
応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファ、
Oh, that's cool.
バラージュアルファ、ロケットホップ。
Wait, can he hop with the rockets, or does it just have rockets?
Unclear.
ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスキ
I feel crazy. Okay, some of these are already in the thing because Shield guy who pounds Big Hand was already there.
Yeah, these are all suits that were already in it, but alternate versions with different attacks.
Okay.
スカイウェーブアルファ、サンダークラップ。ニンバスアルファ、ダブルバレル。
Man,
バリアントスーツは発売後のタイトルアップ
I'm
デート
still
で
unclear on what the single player is. Are we just going to be playing only multiplayer matches, but there's a story between them, or what?
Almost definitely because it said 10-player co-op.
Yeah.
ご期待ください。本日はありがとうございました。それではウォーゲームでお会いしましょ
At
う。
least it's crossplay now, so it's more possible to get people to do every single player in the game.
Right.
So that's good.
It's great to see the dedication from the team at Capcom.
What I was going to say earlier is it was sad that we knew Bonnie Ross's name, Phil Spencer, and Matt Booty, and yet no one can remember her name. And yet she's like really important at the PR end of Microsoft.
Transport to a
Did we see her before this year?
explore the universe and conjure.
Yes. Okay. You've been seeing her for 3 years.
Where
Jeez.
we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like.
Now, I'm pretty sure she was in the interview.
Absolute imperative. And an
You remember the Series S thing that leaked that people
Oh,
maybe weren't?
no!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the interviewer or she was an interviewee. Not sure. Don't remember exactly which chair she was sitting in.
stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched 30 incredible games like A Space for the Unbound, Validate, and HOA. And there are many, many more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
Okay, that's what it stands for. It's funny that a lot of these are things that just showed up at other showcases that were not Xbox.
Yeah, a number of these already showed up somewhere else. Okay.
feel like acceleration maybe isn't the term you should use for that sort of thing, but
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense unless Microsoft's throwing development power behind it, and we know they don't have that, so they can't even be doing that. All they can do is throw money.
right.
Out of this world opportunity. So I'm here in
Man,
Budapest.
I feel like a colorist was needed here. And then maybe the whole image shouldn't be gray.
The exposure levels should be a lot better than this.
Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for coming to Budapest. Of course.
It feels like the entire thing clips at 70% brightness for some reason, and then there are no colors. Like, brown is the only color I'm seeing.
Right?
Yeah. Boat, you're not helping. You're not helping, Boat. After this cool cruise on the saddest looking footage of a boat ever. Hellblade 2.
What kind of aircraft are you storing in here?
Dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right, let's go.
Oh, they got to look at the actual props from Dune.
Welcome to the world of Dune.
This is incredible.
Come on, I want you to meet someone.
Is this an ad for Quiet Man 2?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning production designer of Dune.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of Dune.
Wow, this...
Patrice, can you tell me what is this place?
They're starting to figure out what color is.
Oh yeah, once they came indoors, they re-engaged the colors.
Right.
Now, Jorg, how did all this get started?
So it goes back to November 2021. Dune had just hit the movie theaters worldwide, and we got a call from Legendary, and they had the idea that we bring an ornithopter into Microsoft Flight Simulator.
They were hoping for some time near the launch of one of the movies, but here we are.
How could I say no?
Okay, now it makes sense after seeing the trailer at the Xbox showcase. I understand why you brought me here.
You guys want to take a look? Because we actually do have a couple of ornithopters here if you want to see. You want to take a look?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
You can tell they engaged it the second they came inside because that guy who came in from outside has color in his face at all.
Right.
Real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Thank you. Denis likes things to be plausible, so that's why they were built to look military, rugged, and stealth.
Now, here's the most important question. Were they built to fly?
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't fly. They are heavy. They're 11 tons.
So, Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So, in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This particular one, given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades, and we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible, and in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here.
How did you make it work? We made it work.
Absolutely.
We just did.
All right, let's do it. Normally we'd go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but this will do.
It is really cool that for that movie they actually made these.
Yeah.
I'm so used to.
that's part of why that movie looks as good as it does.
I know.
But yeah, I get being used to everything on screen supposed to be fake bullshit.
Right, and
It's all
if nothing
analog
else,
because in the
Dune
world
looked
of
really
Dune,
nice.
There's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits, everything is going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
So, Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own lift and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable...
It's so sad that the exposure levels outside were so bad that we're inside now, and because we got any color back in the video, we didn't bring up the fact that it's still weirdly woefully underexposed.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it still doesn't look how it should, but it's a little closer.
All right, so the setup for this expansion is that you are an Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter.
We're still going.
Here's what we built.
Yeah, you think they got in the production designers like warehouse and they didn't want to do a giant segment? I don't know.
Here's a botanical garden. We have that as well.
This feels like
And
E3.
the first thing we do
This
is
feels
we
like
trade
a thing we would have to deal with during E3, but it would be half as long.
Right? There's like Unleashed now.
Yeah, Unchained, like BoJack, perhaps even Unbound.
And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about today, but that basically wraps up the experience. It's going to be great.
Super exciting.
You can though. You could talk about it today.
No,
you could describe what the actual gameplay is.
It's secret. Anyone cares about what kind of mission types you play and
that thing you actually care about, we can't talk to you about that. We can only talk to you about literally everything else.
I know a place.
Let's go.
Had a moment with the flight sim film.
Yeah, that one. This looks cool.
Yeah.
What is this? You know what really helped me? Is if more game trailers had the title at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I realized part of the E3 problem is you're watching this whole trailer and then you only get the name once you're done looking at it.
Right.
And I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, and you see so many in a row, it does just start blending.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not going to retroactively, properly, in my brain, apply that title I see at the very end to all of that trailer footage. That really does just strike me as we all do it this way because it's the way we do it.
Go
Mecha Ball? Okay.
Oh, 2024.
Why next year? Damn it.
I mean, this looks cool, though.
This looks awesome. This looks exactly up my alley. Of course I would love that game.
Oh, ISP. They put it right at the beginning.
Souls-like that takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoque era.
I'll let you pea heads enjoy this.
You are awakened by a mysterious voice.
Now, will this only be stuff we saw in that demo that they've released?
To face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites.
I think this
and
butterfly
choose whether
thing
to
was
confront
there.
Predicaments with the truth, or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. You were able to create.
I think it's really funny on the loading screen for this game. It says lying.
Handles of the hundreds of possible combinations.
That's like your loading bar.
Appearances, performances, attack motions, and patterns. Each and every blade and handle has its distinctive Fable Arts. Fable Arts is a special combat skill that can be casted by consuming.
How's it going,
Fable
piss heads?
slots.
So wait,
Fable slots
that can't be right. People in chat are saying the demo had like 3 hours of content. Was there something after the boss? Because I didn't beat the boss.
The Legion arm is a
I felt like I
prosthetic
got to the boss
on
after an
P's left
hour at most.
The Legion arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion gauge, providing you an eclectic combat experience. So, puppets are all there are? I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of monsters, puppets only being one of them.
Yeah, they're saying it opens up after
You're not
that.
quite done
Okay.
yet. Bone-chilling bosses await you.
So, Bob.
Yeah, what's up?
I have one question about the Final Fantasy 16 demo I haven't had time to play.
Sure.
Do you play as younger main character?
Yes. Because it's actually just the beginning of the game. Like, it's
Right, yeah.
data.
So all that teasing they did about playing as him at multiple different ages really is just the beginning will be younger age, and now that's a demo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But I think they teased there would even be more ages.
Use quartz to optimize P to your liking.
You need to optimize your P.
He sure said that. Who put that in a fucking trailer?
There will be times when you will be confronted with choices where you can give comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
I don't understand. Is this some sort of moral decision?
Carve your own path.
This game seems neat. I watched you play enough to know I probably wouldn't like it.
Liza P on Xbox
Yeah, it's
One,
very,
Xbox
very
Series,
much
and
just
Game Pass.
it's a Dark Souls
Coming to
like.
you this September 19th.
Also on console, the fucking FSR shit, like it just looks so blurry, but also noisy in a way. I don't know.
Is our ambition to sink you into Senua's world and story. To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
I've never heard of performance capture in a video game before. Have you, Dan?
Our way of suspending your disbelief is fidelity. Oh, that's very smart. You're not like all the other boys. Yeah.
What I want to achieve on stage is to get the best performance and best storytelling from the actors, and then to get that into the game as faithfully as possible. I want to see what I saw on stage in the game.
You know what's fucking cool? Whenever Sony has one of these, you hear the actors and other people involved talk about the struggle of the character, and this is just... We have a high fidelity.
Yeah, the technology.
We're trying our best to get our face to move right in the game.
And we have an opportunity to connect with the player one-on-one.
Where are they? Where are you? What do they want?
Yeah, every dev interview about that Uncharted 2, like showing behind the scenes with that, was so much more interesting than these. Jesus.
And contextually infinitely more interesting because that was that long ago.
I know.
She needs to find
Now it's like,
within
yeah.
herself
Yeah, everyone's done this forever.
of hope, that strength that she has in order to continue on.
We saw stuff like this, like when it was new and novel in the PS2 era. And now it's higher fidelity, but that's it. Like,
complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
I mean, it's not like Konami put out the Silent Hill stuff. We didn't see that till later.
Yeah, I feel like the only ones I saw back then were the Devil May Cry ones.
That's true, yeah. That's in Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't have it for 1 or 2.
No, they didn't fucking put out shit for 2 or 1.
I'd love to see whatever they were working on for 1.
Yeah.
Build sets.
Yeah, we saw that Straw Hat.
I remember coming into interview and seeing the setup down there and immediately being impressed by the clear commitment that had been made to underpinning.
This is fucking insane. This year for marketing for Hellblade has been so dog shit.
Is there a game here? Or is it just a bunch of high fidelity performance capture?
We're 4 years into them making this game, and this is what they can show us.
You know, it's fine because the typical dev cycle now is 5 years.
And this looks 1 year from done, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It better be.
We can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our
What the fuck is that computer you were using?
Game, even down to the most nuanced of movements.
So when you've got a optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the millimeter. So we can see somebody shuffling their finger along the table or just wiggling them very gently. You can see hesitation and there's no need to push the action and overact. You can just be your character.
I'm here now.
What we want is the
It's going to be really funny when
best immersion possible.
Ninja... No, it's also going to be frustrating, but it's going to be funny if you're into dark irony.
Okay.
When Ninja Theory just becomes their Sony Visual Arts group, where they're just the cutscene studio for every game.
Yeah. That seems like all they were suited for.
True, yeah, they really primed themselves for that by going, yeah, we spent all our tiny amount of money we have for our studio on making a really good capture set, and our game is just an excuse to show performances.
Right.
Yeah, so,
we, for the first
you
time,
know,
have the space to be able to construct a proper
our
rig
Ninja
for
Theory
this.
Dig Fables
So we
cutscenes,
had
I would put money on it.
which could be moved,
I mean, nothing about
in a number of
Playground,
ways to create that
you know.
kind of
Right. Yeah. Why would they have a performance studio there? The car dev.
Onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from really, really amazing.
I'm more interested in the computers you're using to do this than anything you're saying or the tech of the fidelity, right? Don't worry, I see it, Kogashi. I just asked you guys if you could see it before to confirm that.
An amazing experience.
There's even more? Yeah, next year, sure.
It's next year.
All right.
It's next year.
You just can't show a single frame of game. Got it.
They showed a single frame of game over a year ago. Because the Spear segment, I believe, was the Game Awards 2022.
Yeah.
Every person you've ever had an argument about Xbox with on Twitter is in this video.
Oh my god. Can we end it all? Is it that easy?
Can I delete not just the... Oh my god, they're even doing Brazil! I made the joke and I'm like, that's funny because we know a lot of them are from Brazil. Oh my god! Wow. Okay. That's impressive. Why was the Asus ROG thing? I can't even... Ally? Yeah, the Ally. What a fucking name. In the Xbox thing. Oh, hey.
Playing awesome games and having a great time.
I don't know about any crazy pilled Xbox Australians.
No.
No. No, it really is just a reputation of Brazil and mildly Mexico. English Brazil? Jeez. I'm not sure that makes sense, but...
I did not know there were this many Xbox events around the world.
This is over the last 14 years. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, it's all for stuff that's out now.
Right, yeah.
Honestly, I've never felt so good to be part of Xbox in my life. I'm just
It's her again.
Yeah, she's back.
She really is just an important face at Xbox that doesn't do anything anyone... She's never made a PR statement anyone cared about.
Who knows? Maybe
she's not Matt Booty or Phil Spencer. Oh my God! Could you imagine she replaces Phil, not Matt Booty?
Right, just like slowly phase away. Booty and Phil Spencer. They both said too much.
And Lord.
Excitement that we get to be the ones to build those games that are going to.
She was the one that was like, "Back compat is over." That is an announcement Phil just handed to her and said, "Have fun."
Man.
Hi, I'm Sebastian, and I'm the community manager for Lightyear Frontier. Today, I'll be playing with Kelly, Anita, and Carolina to explore the new multiplayer features Lightyear Frontier has to offer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, we should continue building up the base we started yesterday. We'll need more resources, and it'll be
This is
faster if we work
the farming
together
game
to
where you get the
collect
mech,
them
right?
into
Yeah, those are the mechs. Okay. We saw this last year.
Hey, that purple mech looks
Yeah, we
great.
also saw it this year.
It's my favorite
Okay.
color. Dang, the farm looks pretty good with all the grown crops.
I wonder if it's like in early access now.
looking forward to making the farm.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna work on
Sebastian, why did you record this trailer over Skype? I've been trying to bury that comment of like, wow, not one person sounds good.
Yeah.
Gathering, you think? I can get wood to start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'll get some.
I'm gonna suck the tree.
Right? What the fuck? Suck.
Once we're finished, let's head back and help with the buildings.
Resupply to the rescue. How's it going up there?
I think I've got a good idea of what I want things to look like from up here.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
I know, right?
No, guys, I don't think that you're playing as a witch inside the mech.
I think.
I know it's a farming game, and there's a lot of confusion going on.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both agree.
Let's work together and see what else we can find here. After we.
I didn't assume we'd be sucking everything dry.
I guess it's supposed to be a drill on the end of a cord.
full.
Yes.
But it comes. It does not come off that way.
Right, because it's not animating. It's
No.
not like.
Yeah, we should probably build a fence around those two as well so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea. Let's get on it.
Here we go. I'll help with the silos next.
The lead artist won't stop playing the echoey fart sound through their Discord soundboard. Anyways, this is the tree I made.
All on it.
Thank you so much.
What do you think of the layout?
That is a really bad building animation.
Yeah. So they said they needed to build this fence to protect it. What are we protecting it from? What's up?
Summity raptors.
More materials and I found some ruins over there.
I really hate temporal AA and how
even
awful
I was just
it looks on
staring at
fucking
that.
transparent elements.
It's so bad.
We're in the fucking dark ages, everyone.
We have bitrate is destroying the footage, and yet we still see that.
Oh yeah, that shit's still clear as day. It's really good. What was it? Alex Battaglia made so many comments about. Yep, looks like Star Wars and this other game are using FSR2 from the Ubisoft conference, and I was like, yeah, no, don't worry, I noticed.
Uh-huh.
I really do think if Sony could engineer their own temporal AA solution that ran on AMD GPUs, that could be a competitive advantage. It'd be nice if either of these consoles had a meaningful difference.
Yeah, Sony really should be on that.
For people who contextually aren't aware, this isn't just wish listing. This literally is checkerboard rendering was pioneered by Sony. You can try them. When is this coming?
I think it's this year.
Okay.
Oh my god, if it is this year, god, the too many games. In another year, that could be a game of the year.
August. That's what CSS Drive's saying. And wow.
Who knows? Maybe it'll probably still be on my top 10, but it can't be number 1. I don't think. What do we?
Is it just not out on Xbox?
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I think it is just PlayStation and PC
and Switch.
Oh yeah, Switch was first. Actually. I still have not played the Bookwalker demo.
Oh god, that got a demo. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot that it was all these different gameplay genres.
Someday you'll ship, right?
I think it is shipped already.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not sure what that question's asking, El Gordo.
Every year in our showcase, there's one game.
Gamer.
Why can't we expose people correctly in this conference?
Seriously, did you take his title? Like, is he really just a gamer now? He no longer works for Xbox?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it just said gamer under him.
Can I go back for that? Because
sure.
no one's.
It's 33 that kind of pops for me.
What the?
And I'm here now. First
Can they say that word?
Online, incredibly excited about this. So we're gonna jump in.
All right, let's
okay.
jump in.
3 players who play a damned soul must rebel against God's final judgment.
Oh, it's this game.
Yeah, it's the 33-player game. It's very easy to remember. It has 33 in the title. I appreciate it. Kart racing game already gone. It actually may have had 60 in the title. All I remember is there's 60-player kart racer, and I don't remember the name.
Right. He was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea what that was.
We are searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen. We stay together on the screen, so 33 felt good. 32 felt good. But as the game is inspired by the Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so we say, oh, let's do 33 players. 33 immortals.
That's neat.
What you said, Will, that when you guys started this game, there weren't even 33 people at the studio, so you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
Which is such an awesome point.
It's a challenge.
What was that about?
I don't know. We were attacked.
Okay. So no 2 runs are the same. We're actually spawning in a different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually. in Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make the game progress.
Okay.
And we are
Having such a large number of players in your game like this is neat.
So the closest
But it makes me think of how much of a pain that could become to find a game if this game isn't popular.
Luckily, we're streamers and we could always cheat these things.
Yes.
As we find out with Street Fighter 6 and being like, hey, you guys want to... Oh my god.
The army descended.
I did not expect that many people to show up for Street Fighter 6.
Right. Hopefully this is crossplay too, because I know that's a big part of what got Street Fighter 6 that many people.
And you're in Montreal.
We are in Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios.
I wish we had asked people, because like I don't know how many of them would have been PC. Obviously, PS4 and PS5 would have been a lot of the people playing. But yeah, I really wish we asked.
Talk
Damn
about
it.
your first game, Spiritfarer.
Yeah,
I loved. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah,
it was great.
Now, as you can see, this is not Spiritfarer.
Thank
you.
From a studio standpoint, having such, I mean, I would say they're stylized games, but outside of that, very different games.
We're not worried about.
Can y'all give me more details on the rumor about Phil getting canceled? I don't think there's an actual rumor. I think it's just shit is not going well at Xbox.
I wouldn't call it being canceled either. I'd say being fired.
Being replaced.
Or being replaced. Right, like that.
I mean, technically,
being canceled is usually used to refer to he did something horrible.
No one said canceled. It was replaced.
Okay.
Replaced. It started with the word "can," y'all.
Okay.
Give me more details about the rumor. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, this is not real.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone started that rumor. We just talk about it because it's incredibly likely because Don Matrick was out the second, you know.
You're right, when things started going bad.
When they realized,
Xbox last time.
you fucking ruined the brand, and they've given Phil 10 years, and it's only gotten worse as he went.
Well, why weren't they in the torture chamber trying to help us?
Okay,
these range.
God is getting angry.
Why were people talking about that in chat? Because it seems possible.
Yeah, we were talking about how he will be replaced by one of the other people on screen.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
That's good. One up.
Yeah, I'm up.
Okay, off.
Thank you.
Oh no. Oh.
And also, he was labeled gamer and not any CEO position.
There was a Twitter rumor that was proven false yesterday that Sarah Bond was replacing Phil Spencer, and it's gone. Wait, for the next 2 years.
I mean,
I tried to do the deal. Don't mind me, the wandering soul.
The acquisition he pushed for gets zonked by the FTC yesterday. Yeah, I mean, that thing's getting shot to death repeatedly.
Right.
I'd never played before.
Redfall's broken. Shock. It's broken in a new way. Mild shock.
How did they keep doing it? I like that they haven't not said Redfall once in any of these Xbox showcases.
No, they're leaving. I mean, that interview he did really just let that studio out to dry.
Oh yeah, that absolutely just threw them completely under the bus. They are doomed.
It's a real fucking shame that is the fate of Arcane Austin. Because now they just don't get to make another of that game they could have made and people want.
Yeah.
Praise really good for our first game.
Right?
Chapter of first book. Is that how I should think about it?
Yeah.
It's the first world, so it's Inferno.
Yeah.
Each region has its whole big set of challenges and everything.
And this is all on the map.
And its final.
There was a new interview where Matt Booty threw them under the bus.
Basically come through unscathed so
I saw him talking about, oh yeah, we got all the QA people on fucking Starfield. I saw that.
Yeah, and I saw a thing about how people just don't understand the games take a long time to develop now.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a
Ignore literally everyone else in the industry releasing games.
Phil looks extra crispy here. Okay, so let me explain. Their brightness levels are weirdly low, but they turned up the saturation to counter for that. So everyone's oversaturated and underexposed. And if anyone's wondering why the fuck I'm talking about it like this, I am a colorist.
I don't know what you're talking about. They all just came off the tanning beds.
And have a disorder.
Yes.
Something is clearly wrong with their blood or something. They didn't have they said the fucking. They said the fucking line about, wait, that was it?
Was that the end?
That was it? That's what we came here for? One second.
That's what they ended on too. I mean, it's been like an hour and a half.
That's not an hour and a half. It's an hour and 15.
Oh. That's crazy.
Are you kidding me? Oh, this is complicated emotionally.
Yeah,
this is really complicated emotionally because I'm just confident this is going to come out better than Capcom. And now I'm like, uh-oh.
It's Capcom, but it was an hour and 20.
Right? It's like, and like they have a little bit better things than No, they don't have anything Pragmata tier even.
No. Oh.
But it's. Do you realize if Aggro was here, he would have given this the F-? Maybe they're going to something else. It's playing music and faded to black and came back.
I can't believe that they would end on just, yeah, it's Phil and some game devs playing this game we've already seen a gigantic chunk of gameplay of.
We're going to give it like 3 minutes to make sure this shit's not coming back. Because it's not as long as they even said.
Yeah. What? I could have sworn they said something
Why
about...
is Forza live on their own Twitch channel? That should be what this is.
Right?
What? Yeah, that's crazy. We have a Forza that's supposed to ship this year, and they didn't show it.
Right? Not even a little.
What the fuck? I mean, at least Chris Sasaki got the treatment he deserves in the other conference. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I thought they said something about Pass of the Goddess, but I guess that they were saying we won't show that.
That's cool. I'm not gonna read that right now. You can just post it in the Discord. Speaking of which, if you want to stay up to date with all of our live streams and get notifications, see events ahead of time, you could join our Discord. It's pretty cool.
We will, of course, be doing Big Think on Thursday, like always.
Where we have to talk about these conferences broadly and specifically simultaneously, but definitely not comprehensively.
No.
Because this was 12 hours of streams easily, probably more, probably closer to 18 or 20. And then Friday we're doing the Quiet Man. Man, this was a terrible cap to all of this.
Yeah, I can't believe they ended on that. I thought that it would be anything worth watching for the final part.
I'm gonna go ahead and find that Forza stream, but before I do, we're going to go ahead and let you guys vote on what you thought of the Xbox Game Showcase Extended. I still hate that they put Extended at the end. That feels like the worst place to put it. Because it is an extended Xbox Game Showcase. It is an Xbox Games Extended Showcase. These are the places this word should go. It's like if you ended your sentence, right? Okay. Can I get a Mac Big? You don't end with the size. No, the adjective order in the English language does not end with size.
X Games Box Show Extended Case. That's right, Sarah said.
Extended case. My case has been extended. Something tells me I don't need to type A and B into this, but I'll do it anyway. There you guys go. Vote now. How was the Xbox Game Showcase Extended? Did it do it for you? Were you into that? Let us know. It sounded like chat was saying it's over on their Twitch. So Twitch.tv. And I'm just going to type Forza and we're going to see.
Kind of one piece is that malicious IP.
Oh,
Hey,
there's
Chris
Chris
Sasaki.
Sasaki, yeah.
He seems to be in an interview format that should have been in the show we just watched.
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
Each car was going to have its own journey because some cars have other parts that certain cars don't. For example, of course, a rotary engine.
Let me pull up the spreadsheet, Bob, to put in the only 2 scores this show's going to get.
I know, right? No
Because
one's
there's-
going to go back and watch this.
Yeah, no one else on Big Think is going to go back and watch this. I might as well drop out of this voice channel.
No, Chris is still showing up. He's coming.
He's going to show up.
We believe in him.
That means anything at this point. Okay,
He'll
Bob.
be like, roll back. I want to watch it with you guys.
Okay, Bob, we're going to run through your personal history of showcases and what they got.
Okay.
PlayStation Showcase, C. Guerrilla Collective, C. Summer Games Fest, C+. Day of the Devs, none of us graded that because it didn't even make sense to do that because of how we watched it. Devolver Direct, B. Wholesome Direct and Future Games Showcase, C+. OTK, for F-, of course. Xbox Game Showcase, A-. PC Gaming Show, C-. Ubisoft Forward, B-, and Capcom Event, D+. How are we feeling on the Xbox Game Showcase Extended?
This is hard because I'm like, at least there's that Capcom thing. I had anything to pop off on at all. Like we had X-Dive and we had Progmata.
So yeah,
And then the rest of it was watching trailers we've already seen. And yet we did that again here, and we had the worst dev interviews I could imagine.
Yeah, I mean, one of them was like, we're not going to talk about the thing in our game and what you do gameplay-wise. We're going to show you the Ornithopter from the movie.
Yes.
And
then the other one
and it was long. It was easily twice as long as it should have been.
Right. And that I was going to say that was one of the better ones. We had the thing of like the technology of Hellblade. It's like,
oh, that sucked. That is, if there was one thing that was going to hold this up, that was it. And they failed, I feel like.
Yeah. Because that was the only like new info on a game that's not out yet that's from Microsoft. The Avowed thing seemed pointless because it was like, I'm going to tell you about the things you already saw in the trailer 2 days ago. Like that wasn't new stuff. That was all just
It's
old
not
footage.
new footage, no.
I guess she told us that it was going to be various open areas connected.
Right,
not
and
the
there was a
full open
little
world.
bit about how melee combat works and other things that I feel like is the sort of commentary I expect in moderation. Like,
Right.
don't run that segment too long.
Yeah, so that was probably one of the highlights actually. And then I'm like, the Keanu Reeves interview was fine, but I wasn't really interested in it.
No, but the cyberpunk stuff they showed around it was actually neat. It wasn't like blowing my mind or anything, but it was like, that's what I came in expecting, that tier. So it's weird when the rest of it doesn't even live up to that, in my opinion. Like, the only good thing in the entire rest of that is basically Hi-Fi Rush.
In a certain racing series,
right?
Because none of the rest of it is like, hey, here's some footage you haven't seen this E3 so far, and some commentary about like what this expansion is. In fact, if the Microsoft Flight Sim thing had more mission details, gameplay details, then it would have at least qualified for that, but it didn't.
Sometimes it's 700. And
Uh,
it allows you to really think
Man,
about,
yeah, this is rough. I'm gonna give it a D-. It was really, really not doing it for me.
It doesn't make a sense to me to finish the conference on 33 Immortals or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way they propped that up and it worked out.
Yeah.
That's not a show ender.
That's not even an extended show ender. Like that.
No.
That was not good.
No. God, no.
Yeah.
That's not strong enough.
Yeah, you should.
Especially the way you presented it. To make that work.
I'm going to play the Built for Sports series.
So D-?
Yeah, D-.
Spend more points than blah, or I'm going to level 1 run.
I'm kind of there with you for one reason. Okay?
Okay.
Because for people who don't know, I gave the Capcom event a D. And I'm giving this a D-. It's moving one grade lower for one reason. there should have been
necessary pit stops, or you could
some details on Hellblade.
Yeah.
Hellblade is the pragmata of Xbox in a sense, even though they have like 7 pragmatas.
Yeah.
We do a lot of community spotlights.
At least they should have apologized in that Hellblade thing.
They should have gone to Matt Booty where he throws their studio under the bus. It really should have had
That's amazing.
some sort of
Let's talk about maybe players who don't want to
new details. Something other than here's the fidelity of our capture, because even as a tech enthusiast and a person who enjoys cutting edge games, that did fucking nothing for me. It is 2023, you being like, our capture software can pick up down to a millimeters, like, okay, I don't need a whole segment about this. I would rather listen to the actress talk about what she brought to the character.
Our capture quality is up to the standards of modern gaming. It's like,
really what that means is your car.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's the modern AAA standard.
Right.
Like when you show your AA almost indie tier game, like also happened at this E3, and you're like, we have capture. Look at them as they do the animations for the townspeople. That's cute and means something because you're not a AAA game.
But yeah, you're now owned by Microsoft. You can't just pretend that you're indie.
You had a fully CG trailer you said was in engine 4 years ago.
Not only deeply integrated into the career mode, but more
You don't get to do that. You have to do more than that. That's what you caused by having a fully CG trailer that you said was in engine that had millions of polygons on every model 4 years ago. That is what you signed up for. That was the bargain.
And it starts to let you know, oh, here's what has been installed.
It's still really unclear exactly what the story of the new one is, and that's really important given that that game absolutely didn't need a sequel.
Right.
It did seem weirdly open to one in a way that seemed like, okay, but we've moved past all the demons though.
Yeah, I don't.
So what are we moving on to? And then they're like, it's the same thing again. And I'm like, oh, you're like the worst version of a sequel. You need to sell me on this, right? None of that. None of that.
No.
This was terrible.
Yeah.
This showcase was really bad. I cannot believe they have one of the best and one of the worst, especially if we throw away an influencer one, they have both.
Yeah, that's true. If we just don't insert ourselves with the OTK, they somehow have the best and worst.
Which is nuts. Because Capcom was not good.
No.
That was really bad.
So it's not just this deep simulation.
Anyway.
That's affecting just
Yeah, the Capcom interview with Luke's voice actor was better than any interview they did here.
Right, which is why I keep saying, you know, the whole thing of like if you had some sort of interview with the Hellblade actress about her character and what they brought to it.
Right.
That would have meant something.
But they can't do that because they can't even tell us what the story of the new game is. So they obviously can't have her talk about it.
It's really weird. People responding to this poll from Jeff Keighley are clearly very Xbox pilled because it got 24% A's, 36.3% B's, 20% C's, and only 19.8% D's.
That's crazy. But
D's or below.
Only people. This is a show only for those Xbox people. Like there's absolutely to bring out the crazies.
But I do think it's really cool that
I think it's fucking insane they didn't include any of this in that other thing. Because he's the director of fucking Forza.
Right.
Interested in talking about it.
They've made the executive decision that no one wants to hear from him.
That's really fucked up because I actually really like Chris Sasaki. I think
for me,
the industry should do a lot more to highlight the importance of that man.
And one of the things with Forza Motorsport is we've always had this deep simulation, but I think in a lot of ways we've tried to kind of wave our hands around it. And yeah, we've always had an accessible game. We've always had an approachable game. We have incredible assists.
This is a what a bad cap to E3 week.
Yeah.
I'm just glad Aggro didn't take off from his job for this. He would have been.
Yeah, he would not have been happy.
Oh, you're right. We should be this hyped because of the High on Life DLC.
You're right. How did we forget to talk about the High on Life DLC? That definitely wasn't some part of the conference of breaking it down.
So in comparison to the Jeff Keighley poll, if you were to combine D and below on ours, that would be 95% of voters.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about one of your favorite games because we've talked about it a lot on Forza
Yeah.
Monthly. Every time
One person gave it a B. Two people gave it an A.
Two people gave it an A, and 4 people gave it a C. Meanwhile, you combine those two, and it's 137 people gave it a D or an F. 54% are D, 41% are F.
We've just really gone deep.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they went like because that many people put it F, they went even lower than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The featured multiplayer version.
It's really
where tires and fuel.
it's really tragic that this is how this had to go. That they had to have the best and worst.
Builders Cup career.
It is really weird that Phil's title was gamer.
I know.
That is so weird and unsettling, especially since that rumor apparently happened yesterday.
Right.
So you can dial in.
Yeah, I don't know why they felt they need to do this, and they feel they need to do it every year.
Right.
It's like, no, you did a show. You're not Nintendo. You can't come out and do like a Nintendo treehouse where they just let them play the game because those games aren't real and you can't play them.
On full simulation damage, you can turn rewinds off. You can do things like turn the tire and fuel simulation on or off.
No, they're gonna play Contraband.
They're gonna play Fable
or that new Indiana Jones. I was terrified they were gonna play Fable because all the gameplay in that fucking trailer is just the absolute fucking worst.
I saw a clip from the Digital Foundry talking about that trailer. Like, how can you guys be even remotely positive? What's happening?
I guess none of them give a fuck about Fable.
I guess.
I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of things, they are very, very Xbox pilled.
What sort of cars you actually start with in the Builders Cup? So do you start with, best of the best supercar, or are you starting with like a...
We've talked about this before, and Agros said a statement about this before on Big Think about how, oh, well, if you cover 2 people who are competing, you must act like they were completely equal and fungible competitors.
Right.
So obviously, Xbox is just as good as Sony, they're just different. And it's like, no, I wish they were as compelling. I wish they had a killer library. I wish they had better lineups.
Right.
I wish they had a consistent flow of games coming out. No, Sony isn't out here massacring time after time their legacy IPs. They just ignore them.
Right.
Or they make God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, or Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Some of the best stuff in those series.
Right.
Meanwhile, I've had to deal with them ruining Halo for so long. Apparently ruining Gears, which I didn't have to deal with that for that long. That was more like that shot me to death last year, as I found out.
Right.
And now Fable is just getting the most cynical fucking reboot humanly possible.
As well. You're having that,
and they promise they'll do that to Perfect Dark as well. It's like,
right. Well,
you're not just seeing that, and you're doing it race by race. Right?
They're not doing that. Some external studio they hired is doing that now. Seemingly,
it's still working on by them too. They swear the initiative's a real studio,
right?
Not just the shell company where we shoot a bunch of people
who then left.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Everyone who was a director there, I think, has left by this point.
It's okay though. Its regular dev cycle is only 5 years or half a decade.
All of that.
Sorry, it's been 5 years. We know you've been working on this for already 5 years.
We're giving it to you.
In space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how anyone can be positive about Fable.
Right, thank you. Well, let's talk about.
Yeah, that was the worst part of the whole thing, the whole last showcase, because it was like you said that was gameplay.
Oh,
they had gameplay in there. It's the hold A and run forward gameplay. That was clearly a different fidelity from the cutscenes, and it just looks like the most cynical, awful gameplay from 7th gen.
Right.
That makes me want to claw my eyes out that they're doing that to Fable. I cannot believe people are being positive about it.
we've always had these risk-reward systems.
I also had to watch absolutely insane people be like, "Oh, Xbox is woke because they made a woman I don't want to bang." And I'm like, yeah, that's not even remotely on my list of problems with that trailer, sir. The fact it's on yours says a lot about you.
Yeah,
but that's that whole guy's career.
Yeah, I only knew about that sort of thing because
This is because we want players
God,
to basically play
who is that creator of Twisted Metal?
David Jaffe.
Yeah, David Jaffe
Yeah.
tweeted about it. That's the only reason I even heard about those complaints.
It's really funny that David Jaffe, like, David Jaffe and John Linneman replying to crazies on Twitter is how I see some of the worst takes I ever see.
Yeah, it's like, guys,
life is limited.
Yeah, don't talk to them.
Stop wasting your fucking time.
So we didn't want to penalize you for
Yeah, exactly, Raging Wolf. You hate the new Fable because Walmart. I hate the new Fable reboot because it looks like a cash grab. We are not the same. Yeah, it's truly terrible. It's been 13 years since a Fable, hasn't it? It's Fable 3. They're saying it's 2010, and I'm like, that sounds exactly right. Because Fable 1 was Xbox original, Fable 2 was early 360.
Don't worry, there's also that Connect Fable game.
That's true.
Like how it's
it is a Fable game, and if we do a Fable month, we will have to play that Fable game.
And for those lucky few who got in the beta for that other game, Fable game, it's been way closer.
But is it still a game if it didn't ship?
No, not really.
Okay,
but those lucky few who got to play got to experience New Fable. So
and
it's
honestly,
a game to them.
The weirdest part is there was positive feedback from that.
Yeah, that's so weird.
People who tried it liked what they tried, so it's so weird that they canceled that.
I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Reminder, that was Phil.
Yeah, I mean,
every time I talk about a
thing,
every time I talk about a terrible thing that happened in the last 10 years, people just have this weird layer in their brains that pretends that wasn't under Phil, and it's like, no, that was absolutely under Phil.
Oh yeah, you can find footage of the canceled Fable game. Absolutely, they released a good chunk of it.
That was at multiple conventions. If you went to a PAX, I think you could have played that.
Yeah, I remember seeing people playing that.
It was either a PAX or an E3. Yeah, that's out there. And normal people played it from home in a private beta. Yeah. So there's plenty of footage.
You can not do the gamification. That's really cool.
Anyway, this was a terrible cap.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow for a big think.
No, Thursday. Not tomorrow.
Sorry.
We're not going live tomorrow.
Thank God. Thank God. People are posting links of like, hey, check this out. We're doing more Guerrilla Collective and Dames for Games and Black Voices in Gaming. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't want more Guerrilla Collective. It was fine enough.
Yeah, we don't need more of that.
Yeah. And neither of those other two things are streams by people who makes games. So, I mean, maybe, but not like a publisher or developer or console owner. It's not a huge important figure where I'm going to get important insight into upcoming things.
No.
So, I don't care.
It's going to be more of what we've already seen from the previous showcase.
The Grasshopper Direct is at midnight and 15 minutes long. No. You did OTK, but you won't do Guerrilla Collective 2. Check this out. We won't do OTK ever again, so that's the same thing.
We will continue to do one Guerrilla Collective show
per
a year.
Yeah. So, that's it.